Angelica. So today is July 29th. I'm excited to do one of these again. You know, I love it. Today, I specifically started looking for exercises that I think will help with Newsies with meta. Similar melodies, similar vocal stylings, that kind of thing. One of those things, one of the things that makes Newsies, makes it special, is this kind of whoa, kind of big bellowy, which you do so well on That's Rich. And I want to accentuate that. So there's actually an exercise that's really helpful for this. It's pretty wild. It's much easier for me to sing it than it is to play it on the piano. So I'm going to play each starting note for you and then sing it rather than play it because it's so weird. I'm just so afraid of playing the wrong key. So, ideally what I'd like you to do now actually is to stop the video at this point, pause it, and hum a little. High, low, middle, high, middle, low, like this. Just sort of all over, okay? Okay, up and down, just to smooth everything out. This is the wild new exercise. Whoa! Weird, right? This is such a wild exercise. I'm learning all the time. Just great. I discovered it and I realized, yes, this is perfect. Now I have to step up. Whoa! Harder for me. Whoa! I got dry and I tightened up. Did you hear that? Like I could feel my folds like wanting to close so badly. I think the dry air was getting in. Okay, now back down. Whoa! And of course, as usual, I'm moving my jaw back and forth just to make sure it never stops in any one place. It did at one point, so I have to keep tabs on that. And of course, the goal is not to have to move it back and forth. The goal is just to always be loose and to do it without having, is to keep it loose without having to move it, right? Is to honestly just sort of, whoa. You've got to really sort of mentally separate your voice from that jaw. And for me, everybody's got something. For me, that's it for me. It really wants to lock up, participate, and then lock up. So I love, love, love that exercise for you. Now this one. wanting to get tight, but naturally getting tight there. Swallow. What I'm hearing myself doing is a lot of times when we go flat, you can hear it just slightly. It's having a real tendency right now. It's right on the edge of being flat. So when a lot of times when we get tight like that, you can hear it a lot. I mean, heck, you can hear it in famous, in professional Broadway stars sometimes. Not usually, but sometimes. And it's just so tight that it's one of the few times where even if you do hear the correct note in your head, the correct pitch, you might still sing it incorrectly. Because they're just so tight that the mechanism physically can't even change to go as high as it needs to. So I think that's sort of what's happening there. Let's see if I can fix it. I fixed it by making it a mix. So now I'm mixing my belt with the upper realm, right? With my upper range. That mix is more of a mystery than perhaps the belt in a lot of ways, right? Getting the mix there is just, belting is tough, but that is tough, right? Not to just flow through. So try it with me, but try just visual, just sort of visualizing mentally, mixing a warm head voice, not a hooty owl head voice, but like a really warm head voice with the belt, somewhere in between. I'm having to really focus. I'm having to really think about it. But that mix is key for your survival with head voice, right? It's key for anything that goes above your belt. Ideally we would all, be able to belt an F. It's just not realistic for most of us. Maybe it will for you one day. You're, in my opinion, you were really born to be a belter. So who knows what the future will hold for you. But for me at 37, this is it. So there's my mix happening right there. So for you, wherever you start to go into that head voice, it's something we haven't talked a whole lot about, but it's something to play around with. Woo, woo. I could feel where my belt was coming back in, but I didn't let it be so tight. I didn't allow it to be so tight that there was a break. So I think the key is focusing on wherever your break is. Belt as high as you possibly can. Right there. See how I just glossed over that break, that sort of cut there. That mix is like I said, it's, for a lot of us, it's very elusive, but essential. Again, otherwise you're just going to be just belting and, be very limited in your roles, or go in a head voice and have a huge break, a huge obvious break, which we don't want either. So go over that mix, maybe with that that exercise for sure. Go back, rewind, and play that part, with yourself again, because I think that's going to be essential for you. I will continue to do more with your mix, with different things. I think that's the next level for you. I will get to see you for the next 3 weeks. So I will see you on August 5th, August 12th, August 19th. So I will see you in studio, and we will get you ready for Meta for sure, which I think you're ready for. Take me or leave me. But also, again, that mix so that you're prepared for anything that comes your way. Thanks.